Here now, Georgia Republican Congressman Buddy Carter. He represents Georgia's 1st Congressional District. He also serves on the House Energy and Commerce Committee and the House Budget Committee. Welcome to you, Congressman. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We're learning a lot about Georgia and the importance in this election. It always comes down to a number of states, and Georgia caught in the middle once again. I know it's a place that you like to find yourself, and you believe Trump is better for the economy. Tell me why.
Well, I'll tell you, yesterday in his speech, he was spot on. It was as if he was looking everyone in that auditorium eye to eye and saying, I get it. I know prices are too high. I know gas is too high. I know groceries are too high. I know energy costs are too high. And I'm going to do something about it. You know, elections have consequences, and the reason elections have consequences is because policies have consequences. Donald Trump is right on policy, and he proved that to the people of Georgia yesterday when he delivered the message that we're going to have energy independence in this country again, that we're going to have manufacturing in this country again, that we're going to secure that border, that we're going to be respected on the world stage, and we're going to decrease crime in our cities. All of that resonates with the voters of Georgia.
It may come down, Congressman, to the undecided voters, the independent voters who weren't happy with Trump in office, or the things he said on the campaign trail, or just him in general. How does his campaign and how does he and his surrogates like yourself reach out to those undecideds and convince them?
Well, you ask them the simple question, are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? And the answer is a resounding no. Inflation is higher, prices are higher, the economy's in shambles, the southern border's in shambles, all of those things. And, you know, we need to concentrate not on he said this about her or she said that about him, but instead on policies. Donald Trump's got a plan. He's got a plan to make America great again. So far, I've heard nothing from the other candidate as far as what her plans are, only that she has her values. Well, you know, tell me what your plan is.
She's releasing her plan, and she has come out with specifics about middle-class tax cuts and advantages for small business owners. She has come out with specifics. But when it comes to your state and the closeness of this election, as we get closer to Election Day, we've got this hand count issue that's going on. How much will that impact voter integrity as they go to the polls? And is it something that you support?
Well, it is something that we certainly have made changes to our voter election laws in the state of Georgia. I applaud the state legislature for passing the Election Integrity Act because it does make voting easier and cheating harder. And now the Elections Board is trying to take one more step toward assuring Georgians that our votes are accurate and that there's no cheating going on. And I think that's very important. I'm very confident going into this election that we're going to get the accurate results and that there will not be people who are not supposed to be voting in our election. And that's very, very important to the voters in the state of Georgia.
How concerned are you about down ballot races, the House and the Senate? And what's the Republican strategy to gain control of potentially both?
Well, first of all, in the state of Georgia, I think the down ballot races are going to be clear. Everybody wants to say that we're a swing state, and I get it. I understand where they're coming from. But let's face it, every statewide official that we have in the state of Georgia is a Republican, with the exception of our 2 senators. And I would submit to you that's an anomaly. But nevertheless, throughout the country, yes, it's going to have an impact on the down ballot races. The top of the ticket will, as it always does. But, you know, we can't be concerned about that. Everybody's got to do our job. We've got to get out and we've got to vote. We've got to make sure our family votes, our friends vote. After all, we've got someone, and you're right, you corrected me, she does have a plan. She's got a plan to tax just about everything, unrealized gains. I mean, if you think about making money, she's going to tax it.
Finally, Congressman, we have spent a lot of time focusing on Georgia this week. It's a fantastic state. I've had the opportunity to spend a lot of time there. St. Simon's Island is one of my favorite places. Tell me about something about your state that most people wouldn't know this election cycle that you believe makes your state apart from others.
Well, #1 state in which to do business for the last 11 years. We are booming, especially on the coast. I live on St. Simons, by the way.
Oh.
And, especially on the coast and in the Savannah area, we've got the largest single economic development project in the history of our state, the Hyundai plant, a $7.6 billion investment that's going to create 8,500 jobs. That's going to be manufacturing EVs. And the president said yesterday that he was not opposed to EVs. He complimented Elon Musk, said he makes a fine car, but he doesn't think that the government should be mandating that you have to buy that car. It ought to be consumer choice. That's why the people of Georgia are going to vote for Donald Trump.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.